Hello everyone, Raven of the Retro Dev here, and in this video we are going to port the last example in the Kanyo chapter, which I believe is chapter 8 or part 8 um, of the FreeDOS C book, and basically we're just going to create a card and a message box, and we hit a key and it displays the message and the box and so forth, and yeah, it's pretty basic, but it's a pretty good introduction. Now, why Borland? I mean, with Open Wacom, is there any reason to really use Borland? No, there isn't. In fact, there's literally zero of a reason to use Borland at all in today's modern DOS. But there are a few cases where you might still need to use Borland. For example, if you are on an 8088 or an 8086 machine, guess what? Borland still works. Turbo C and Borland C++ 2.0, which is what you see in front of you, both still work. So this is a few days ago I did a Tandy video where I installed FreeDOS. This is a same configuration, but instead of FreeDOS, I'm running the latest version of MS-DOS 3.x, which is 3.31. It has a few extra changes, like bigger partition support and stuff like that. But anyway, we're going to be using Borland C++ 2.0 because I can disable the cursor with this. And we're just going to make a brand new file, and I'm just going to hit F5 to full screen it, to zoom in, as it says. Now, there may be some bugs as we go, hopefully not too bad of ones. But I'm going to try to keep everything roughly the same as what Jim did inside of the lovely book, Learning C with FreeDOS. I think that's what it's called. It should be called that because it's a great book. And all we really need to do first is include the Kanyo.h library, and that's all we're going to be using. We are not going to be using Borland graphics. There's no point because it does not work the same as Open Wacom's. And it's also not required because some of the stuff that's required inside of Graph.h for the Open Wacom, it's in Kanyo. So, we don't need to do it in order to set the video mode and stuff like that. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is set our screen's background color. And that is super wrong. Thank you for fixing that. So, like I said, clear table. And it's void. And we just want to do our window. Now, so in Open Wacom, it's row 1, column 1, row 2, column 2. For some reason, it is so different. I wasn't able to get this thing to work right at all, except for the text window. That one worked fine, and I think it just has to do with the fact that it literally just overflows, which means it just fills the whole screen anyway, since all we're doing is setting the color. But you actually do have to reverse these values in Borland. It's just how they do it. They draw differently. Why, I have no earthly idea. I'm sure there's a reason for it. Probably because there's more columns than rows. But the official Open Wacom documentation is row 1, column 1, row 2, column 2. And Borland is different because it's column 1, row 1, and so on and so on. And so what we want to do now is just do text background. We want to set the background. We want to set it to that really nice black green. Well, dark green, actually. We could make it even brighter, believe it or not. And then we just want to clear the screen. And another thing I want to do here is I want to fix the super annoying tabbing that just refuses to work properly. Okay, and now we're just going to set up our main just a little bit here. So we just wanted to return, and then we're just going to do a lovely get character. This is the Kanyo version of get character, so it'll wait for us And it's the one you're going to want to use. And the other thing we want to do, since we're already down here, is we want to set the video mode. I was flipping back and forth between my notes to make sure I have everything right here. We just want to set it back to the previous video mode. Now we're kind of doing stuff a little backwards here, but that's okay. Now we're going to do stuff from the top. So we want to do text mode, and we want to set it to C80. And you have a couple different options for this, but since we're literally on a Tandy 1000, the only real, and I put this in quotes, text mode that we really have that we really want to use is C80. I believe we have like a half mode, which is part of CGA, but I'm not interested in using that broken. Actually, I don't know. It might not actually be broken, but I'm not using it, and neither should you. But you can if you need it, because that's what it's for. So we're just going to do no cursor. And then we are just going to call our table, which just sets the color of our table. And now I'm just going to save it really quick. And I'm going to do C source cards.c alt K. It'll ask me to overwrite because I already had it. So we're just going to overwrite it. We're just going to do a control F9 there. I'm going to wait one moment here while this compiles. It might take a while on a 8086 to compile this. Not too long, but we're not going to do it too often. And there you go. We have no cursor, except for mine. And as you can see, it's a lovely, vibrant green. Really awesome. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we are going to draw our... Let's do the message first, because the message is a little bit easier. Well, not easier, but so we want to clear our message. So what this basically does is it clears the message out and just sets it to a solid color. Yeah, that's, I mean, yes, that's all it is. It just clears it to a solid color. That's all it's going to do. Clear everything out, and we'll have another, all right, you know what really helps, by the way? If you actually put in the, function there. You know, just saying. I mean, you know, what do I know? Okay. So now, like I said, you know, things are different, and to prove that point, I'm gonna do 25. Okay. Once again, my brain continues to try to use the lovely. You know what? No. Let's just do this properly. This is a proper, you know, convert it. So all we're doing is we're making it 25 long and 1 tall, basically. So we're gonna put it at the bottom. We're gonna just smack it right at the bottom of the screen. And then we just want to set the background. This is for the background color once again to 3, and then we're just gonna clear the screen. And then we're just gonna go here just to double check, just to make sure that it works. We are going to clear our message here, and let's do another control F9. We'll just wait here a little bit. Yeah, I got this working like super late yesterday with Turbo C, but the blinking was just driving me crazy. I mean, maybe you want the cursor, but having the option to turn it off is really nice. Plus, it matches the Open Wacom better. So as you can see, we have a nice little blue down there at the bottom. And now what we want to do is we want to print a message. And this will allow us to, you know, print pretty much, you know, whatever we really, whatever kind of message we need here. Okay. And we want to call our clear message because we want to overwrite anything. And then we want to set our text color. In this case, we're setting it to white. And we'll do a nice little C puts, and we'll just do message. Whoops. And then what we will do here is we're going to modify our main just a little bit so that it prints the message and then clears it out when we hit a key. And what we'll have it do is basically is, let's see. Okay. So what we're going to do, I was just trying to think of the best way to do this here. Not the best way to do it, but like the best way to do this. So let's just do press any key to show a message. Okay. And then we'll just get a character. And then we're going to clear this. And so when we press a key, it's going to disappear. And let's take a look at that and make sure that it actually, you know, works the way that it's intended to, the way it's supposed to. And okay, there you go. Press any key to show a message. You hit enter, it disappears. Hit enter again, it goes away. And again, of course, you could hit any key on the keyboard to do that. So, what should we do next? Now that we have our message done, let's draw our message box. So, draw message box. And what our message box is basically going to be is it is going to be a let's see here, print. Why am I doing that? Box, character, message. So it takes one argument, which is message, much like print message above. And the first thing we want to do is we want to draw our shadow. So when you're using Kanyo and you want to draw things to the screen, you have to draw it from bottom to top, because anything at the top is just going to overwrite everything at the bottom. So when you want a shadow, for example, you have to draw that before you draw the actual message box. And we want this to be at 21, 7, 61, and 11, because remember, we have to reverse it for... and I guess solid black is fine. We'll just continue to follow the source there. And now we want to draw our actual message box. So this will be our lovely and beautiful message box. And it's basically just going to be one above our shadow. And we want the background for this one to be red. And then we want to clear it again. Now we want to draw our actual message. You know, we've reached that point where now we have our message. So the first thing we want to do is set the text color to a good old yellow. And go to XY is how you set the text position in Borland. It's the equivalent of set text position in Open Wacom. And it is also reversed. So, but in this case, I think we'll just draw it to 2, 2. That should be fine. And then we just want to put our message in. And then let's just go down to here. And we want to draw our message. So right after we press our key, we want to do print underscore message box. And then we want to do press any key to exit. That's fine. Our message box can say that, which is perfectly a-okay. And then we'll just do a Control F9, and we'll see how many errors we get, if any at all. Hopefully none, but you never know. Okay. And we'll hit space. Boom. We have our beautiful little box there, but something is off. Our shadow is, I just tried to use the scroll wheel there. Our shadow is off, and I do not know why. Ah, there we go. That's it. This has to be. Okay, we were drawing the red box at the same position. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're not gonna bother testing that. That'll be fine. We'll test that there at the end. So now let's draw our card. So this will be the last step in order to completing this. So we'll just draw a card. And I'm not gonna, I don't need to put any source for this one. This one's relatively self-explanatory based on all the other source code. We're just setting the card's window, and we're making the background for it be 7, which is like a lightish, well, it's like a gray of some kind. or white. I don't know. Like a dull white. And now what we're going to do is we're going to start drawing the actual text. In this case, this is going to be the number 4. Okay. And the last thing we need to do here is we need to just change our text color to 4, which is red. And we're going to put in our heart. And then we just need to change the position. And once again, keep in mind, it is reversed. So let's see, puts. Whoops. And why am I doing that? We already did that. So the only thing left to do is after our table here. I think I'll draw the card here. Just draw the card. Okay, so now if we have no errors of any kind, which could happen, you never know. So far, we've only had like what, 1 error? I think we've done pretty good. We've done a good job. Okay, so now we have our card, and when we press space, press any key to exit. As you can see, it's perfect, and everything is glorious. Yes. Okay, so there you have it. That is the last example done for Borland C. So, depending on how popular this video gets in the last little bit here, I will do video tutorials based off the FreeDOS C, and basically I'm just going to port most, not all, but most, over to basically 8086, so you could use an 8086 machine. Because one thing you could do is you could use a more modern machine and build and compile and then transfer it over and then just run it. Like, even this version can, I think it can build for 186 and 286. You could, there's newer ones that build for 386, 486. Open Wacom can build for a whole bunch of different CPUs. But there is something fun about developing on the machine that you're on, and this is a Tandy machine. So that means we can do Tandy graphics and Tandy sound. Can't do EGA or anything, but you can do CGA. So yeah, so if anyone watches up into this point and you would like, let me know, and I will definitely 100% port all of his stuff, and I'll do these videos, and you'll see this one again, as I cover all of the other stuff that he did. And when he gets to the graphics, I'll probably just use like a EGA machine, or maybe Tandy. I do have a Tandy BGI, so I could actually technically do Tandy graphics, because I would like to do at some point. It would be pretty cool to make like a, I don't know, a shoot 'em up or some kind of scroller or whatever for the Tandy with Tandy sound and Tandy graphics. Not too many people probably want to develop for Tandy as far as DOS stuff goes, but they are and were very important for DOS as a whole. So anyway, I hope you guys like this video. I had a lot of fun doing it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that little bell if you would like to, get all the major updates and stuff. You can follow us on Twitter, and you can also, we have a Substack where I occasionally write a nice little blog about stuff. I'll probably write one about this as well. And that's it. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you guys in the next one.